So we have the front and the back sewn down on the sides. They started as fringe and they went down and they ended as fringe. And so the next thing we do is we're going to grab the two and flip it over and separate the front and the back. So it's like the bottom is open. I'm going to put all the fringe on one side. There we go. And what we're going to do is, without the side cords, so we know these are the side cords, we're going to grab one of each side, and these are the ones that didn't get put into the fringe twining. You can do that with every one so it's like every other one we're doing this with. You can do every 3 in a knot. Or every 2. And what this is doing is it's closing the bottom of the back and the front. And just skipping those knots so they don't get too bulky. But definitely gives it a nice flare. Kind of staggers your fringe. So sweet. It opens up the bag a little too. A little bit more room for you to put your Tic Tacs in there or your cough drops. And we have our 2 side cords here and right here. There it is. And we can do, you could do bias tape, or you can do some sea otter if you're lucky enough to have some sea otter to work with, or an ermine. It's going to be fun. And then we'll also talk about our strap. So we are going to talk about our edging. This can be done with fur or bias tape, and it's just closing in and securing the two together. I am going to do them separate this time. Sometimes you can do it all the way around if you're using sea otter or rabbit fur or ermine. I am using this beautiful black salmon skin, which is a little bit harder than if it moose hide or deer. It's very flexible, but it is very spongy, which is kind of hard to describe. But I decided, instead of going all the way around, because the creases on the side were not laying nice, I decided to just do the front and the back separately. So I'm going to sew them down. I'm going to go from the back to the front through the warps. So I'm going to sew this side and this side. Before I start trimming the top, I am going to insert the beautiful cord. This can be, you can have one that is braided if you want to use some of your warp or your weft. So I'm going to take from the side cords. I'm going through the back to the inside and the inside to the front. And thinking I would like it to match the fringe down below. So I'm letting it go cascading down. That's good. I'm going to just do a little bit more so I can trim it a little. I'm going to put a little knot here. And I'm going to flip it to the back and put a knot there. And it looks like it's going to stay. You can double it if you like. Now I'm going to go to the other side here. This is about 62 inches long. And we established this one to be the front. So I'm going to kind of measure it out. I'm thinking if I flip it over, go as long, measure it long here, then I know I can do a knot just a little above. I'm going to double this one. Flip this back over, and I'm grabbing the heading cords and the side cord corner, feeding that through, flipping it over, and putting a nice little knot in the front. Some finishing touches. And I'm going to sew this up. So here is the baby box of daylight. So sweet. I went ahead and sewed on the salmon skin on both sides. We have a knot holding our strap on the front and the back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the one that's cascading down. So there's the top. Here's the one that's cascading down, and I'm going to bring them to the side. So I'll grab them together like so. This is the one that's loose and hanging down, and I'm just going to secure it and do a soft knot on both sides. Here we go. And it's just securing it a little bit more for when little ones are dancing it. and or using it as a pendant or perfect little size. I can't wait to see what yours looks like, your finished box within the box within the box, or box of daylight. Thank you so much for weaving with.